I will cheer on for my goat Grady here with QB side. I will look at a maybe 3-1 for QB. Just QB looking at it to be in the stronger side, and Ulster University just taking a game where they'll be just catching them off guard, maybe by rotation, maybe just of the kind of funny games. What about you? What kind of predictions do you have?
Yeah, it's definitely hard to say who's going to take this. Potentially going to be the side of QUB. They have a lot more experience in at least our Ireland Esports Collegiate Series. We've seen them year after year. The likes of Grady and Synth have competed before. Synth scoring an early goal for the side of QUB against Ulster. And yeah, I'm not too sure about some of the players on the side of Ulster University. I know one of the names, and that's as much as my knowledge goes.
I assume you'll be looking at Lukas. Is it Lukas there? He's using a dot as his name. I believe it's him, right? Or could I be wrong?
I'm not sure. I was looking at their team on Challenger mode a minute ago, and they seem to have 2 substitutes, so it could be a possibility of 3 different people. But well, we'll go with Luca for the time being. It's the first game. He probably doesn't want to miss this one. Nice shot from Grady coming off the post. Look with a nice flick. Synth pushing it into the corner. Elite on the ball now, going to go for it, but Grady there to clean that up very quickly. Nice clearance, and Synth on the ball now. Grady coming off the sidewall. We're gonna definitely see some Grady sidewall goals in this season, definitely for sure. He loves going for them.
That is
on
very
the ball
true.
In the air. Grady going up to match him, but not quite able to get the touch off it. Synth passing it to Grady. Grady trying to get a redirect on that one, but Elite managing to stop that danger.
I love the space being open, during the midfield areas. All the players kind of be squashed up together. Then they all go for ball, very close to the ball. Once the ball is hit, they kind of all just get spread out all around the place. Now looking for a pass to Elite, and Grady's trying to go for an interception. Actually forces Elite to pass to Synth. Synth gets a 50 into his teammate TK, trying to play the ball upfield. A brilliant pass back to Grady. Grady takes the ball in the air like an angel, kind of makes something happen. He goes for a shot, and good save there by Elite. It feels like at the moment both sides might be feeling a good bit of pressure, and as we speak, TK finds himself that open opportunity and he goes straight in. We have 2-0 for QB.
Yeah, QB, that first attacking movement from Grady, it went over Luca, who we think is Luca, but we're not sure. But yeah, we'll call him Luca for now. And it seemed that QB were looking for a goal. They were going to get it no matter what happened. And I think that's definitely a strength they've pulled from previous seasons of playing in Ireland Esports Collegiate Series. They've learned that from some of their opponents over the years. Looking like a bit of a shaky start for Ulster University, but that being said, they are getting some nice clearances. They're getting some good saves in as well. Elite trying to pinch that from his own corner. TK on the ball, goes over. Oh no, back to Synth. But Elite able to stop that danger just in the nick time. But Grady swooping in, pre-jumping that from the midfield, picking up that corner boost. TK going to be trying to get the ball into a better position for his teammate, but Luca getting the clearance all the way back to the side of QUB. On the attack now from Ulster. Zoet going for the ball, but Synth managing to touch it before they can get to it. Elite up for that, down into his own corner. And
I believe that Luca is actually pretty good at just catching off the tight angles here. He's just kind of supporting his team, where the team is just going to the other side. So he's trying to support them by buying some time for the team to recover into the positions here very nicely now. What I see from the orange side, the Ulster University, is that they probably just need a bit of time to readjust. It's just the first game. It feels kind of like a playground almost. They kind of just need to get that used to get a feeling, a bit of pressure. They are on the stream. Now, from the blue side QB, I really like to see the way they're kind of using each other. Even though when they're forcing the ball, there's always a very good strong backup at the other side of the pitch that is able to collect the ball. And as we speak, Grady, the man, the myth, the legend himself, catch out, it goes into the net.
Yeah, a nice goal from Grady, but looked like Zoe got the last touch to it. No, it was a own goal. A hard touch to save, honestly, but you hate to see it. Another kickoff, 3-0 to the side of QUB. Now Grady going for gold on that one, but Luca getting in the way of it. Elite on the ball. Oh, and Synth managing to just knock it over the crossbar in the nick of time. Luca on the ball now. Not quite sure who that was on the side of QUB, but it doesn't matter because Grady's there to clean up shop. 4-0 now in this first game. In a best of 5, I think we forgot to mention as well. So potential here for 5 games in this series. If Ulster University can make those adjustments that they need to start scoring goals for themselves. Grady on the ball, getting a touch, but not quite enough. Elite passing it down to Luca. Luca on the ball. Not sure who that was on the side. It looked like it was Grady. Synth managing to just keep that ball in possession. A Rule 1 happening in the corner there. It's now a 2v2.
Oh, who was that broke the Rule 1? I'm pretty sure it's Zoe that broke the Rule 1, and, you know, would that cost them a bit of karma? Because as you might have known in Rocket League, if you are the person that breaks Rule 1, you are breaking the rule that is not supposed to be broken. Now, is the karma gonna come back to Ulster University after breaking this rule, or are they gonna regain? Are they gonna find a way to find space against a very, very strong QB side? Now, 0 seconds on the clock. What do you think Ulster University have to do to make something happen?
Yeah, I think Ulster might need just to kind of keep that ball possession a little bit more after. You know, they get those good clearances, but then they're just almost passing the ball back to QUB for another attacking front. So definitely not helping themselves in that sense. They need to take those lighter touches in the defensive positions, and I feel like they'd see a lot more of an improvement. What about you, Magic? You're more the analytical person in terms of how to play Rocket League. I'm just here for entertainment value.
For the blue side, QUB, they are really good at filling each other's positions. Now, when I see the first one even trying to press the ball, there's always a backup, there's always a second, there's always a third, there's always a safety and a support feature in their gameplay, which I really like to see. Now, in the Ulster University side, it seems like they're very clumped up all together. It seems like the players are playing very, very close. It seems like you have good players, but they all kind of are playing that individual game with each other. Now, maybe a bit more team play I would like to see. Maybe a bit more disruption from the other side I'd like to see. But it's also the first game. It's also a bit of pressure incoming. I do presume they will have a plan going into game number 2. Playing together as a whole, as a team, you always have a follow. And I really like to see that even though they're spread out between positions, they always know who is going for the ball. It feels like communication between those players is very clear. Now, Ulster University trying to look for a push here, and Luca finds himself an opportunity to go for a shot. He catches the ball very softly, goes into Synth. A good interception there by J-Spear, I believe. I just don't want to mispronounce any names here. Synth going all the way up into the sky, touches off the ceiling actually. TK goes in for a shot. It bounces off the crossbar and the post, doesn't actually make it in. Now, Grady looking for an opportunity here, brings the ball to the other side of the pitch here. Interception there by the Ulster University side here. Elite gets a 50 with St. Luca. He gets a soft touch, a very good pass into JC, even better interception there by TK. And now, I feel like the Ulster University side has kind of picked up those bad habits where they're being very clumped up. Now, it feels like there's always less double commits. It feels like there is always that one person that takes the role, and there is more followers that I like to see here. As in the first game, all of them were kind of clumped up here. Now, Grady looks for interception, wants to provide some pressure. Luca does a brilliant job keeping his team alive here. And now Elite playing the ball to the opposite side of the pitch here. TK gets a good touch, but doesn't go quite far. But has the support, has Grady, and Grady has Sid. Sid going in for the shot. And Grady, did he save that shot, or was he trying to go for a redirect? What do you say here?
I'm not quite sure. It looked like he was trying to drop that ball down low for potentially a teammate, potentially to score a goal on his own, but didn't quite end up working out the way he wanted. JC getting the clearance. Grady back to Synth, who misses the ball, and TK low on boost, trying to rotate back and not quite reading that pass that could have led to a goal here. Luca off the corner, but Grady up to meet him. Elite there to stop the ball from going down to the midfield. Synth getting a touch now. But Luca coming in strong, trying to take out one of the defenders on the goal line. Trying to go for that little bit of bump, and Elite with a beautiful goal, sending it soaring into the top. Well, I'd say top left. It was kind of mid left of the goal by the time it landed, but beautiful goal nonetheless. Ulster University taking the lead. 2 minutes and 36 seconds left on the clock. QUB definitely finding their opponents a little bit stronger than the last game, but what can they make of this situation? We know what the QUB side are like in these sort of more pressurized zones. Elite getting a nice touch of that ball, but Grady in the corner trying to pinch it wide. TK sending it to his opponent's corner, but JC able to pick that up. Luca sending it towards the side of QUB. Grady getting a touch, but not quite what he needed for the clearance, and Synth able to stop the danger right in the nick of time. Luca on the ball, got the reset, but nothing to do with it. JC said, slowing it down. Back to TK now. He's dangerous in those positions. Looked like he was going to go for a shot, but Luca getting that clearance in the midfield right when he needed it. Grady on the ball, sending it high. Elite off the wall. Back to Luca now, getting a touch. But, oh, JC just not quite being there when his team needed it.
That
Luca
looks like such a much
once
better game. Oh, what a shot there by Luca. Now, I hope it is Luca because he is playing with a dot and he's also playing with a black profile picture. And if you know what that means, it means that you are a bit of a tryhard. Now, you might need one of those in your games, especially in the moments like this when you need to clutch up. He does get that air dribble going into the bottom right corner. Luca does a brilliant job. And another big shout out there to Elite. I really like that he's looking for the disruptions against that QB said, what a save there by Grady, just off the post, pitches it out. What a game we're having here. But Ulster University, they have a lot of more pressure provided onto the blue side here. Not something we've seen in game number 1. A brilliant pass into Jesper, who takes one of the players out, goes into the corner, is looking for a pass. Good interception there by Grady. Now, Ulster University looking a lot stronger. TK trying to take some time. Grady trying to look for a redirect touch and doesn't go far. It is a fancy play, but you know, it's fun and fancy and usefulness. Which are we gonna go for here? Saint trying to provide some pressure. A good interception there by Luca off the sidewall back to the midfield area. TK turns midfield, takes possession, takes the ball, takes the time, takes the space, but he gets demoed. He gets demolished here by one of the players from the orange side. Saint looking in for a midfield pass to go into Grady, but Grady unable to search for the ball. He tried to find it, but it was intercepted by the man, the myth, the legend himself, who goes into the air like an angel flying with the ball. Just taking it all the way across the pitch of the double tap. Back in the net. What a brilliant goal there.
Yeah, beautiful goal. Nicely beating TK out on defense there. And now 3-0. It seems that the brains have swapped here between QUB and Ulster University in the sense that it's like we're watching a completely different team now. But yeah, 5 seconds. The countdown is on. Going to look like a case of Ulster University taking this game for themselves. Potentially Magic's previous prediction of 3-1 to QUB slowly slipping away, or potentially a correct prediction. I try not to give my predictions because otherwise all hell breaks loose, as anybody who's watched Collegiate before will know.
The caster curse, they say. No, what I like to see that from the Ulster University side is that they were keeping up a lot more pressure on the QB side here. And the QB side, it feels like they got reversed on this match. They played a brilliant match, you know, in the first game. Now, the second game, the QB side were struggling just to find those offensive opportunities. They were really going upfield. They were really looking for those upfield passes. Now, you said you don't want to give predictions, but kind of put you on the spot. Would you have a prediction for this match? Since we had a very interesting storylines here at the moment. So we have QB and Ulster University both being dominant for a game each. Are we going to see more of a balanced match, or do you think that one of the sides will keep their dominance?
I think if QUB doesn't manage to kind of adapt their play style against their opponent, it's gonna be another win for the side of Ulster University. That being said, I'm not sure if QUB have it in them to make those changes. Something looked like a double commit there at one point, and leaving that open net for Elite to slot that home. Not going to miss from that distance, although I know I would. Beautiful goal. Ulster University 1-0. 4.5 minutes still left in this game. That was a 30-second goal. That was very quick. From the side of Ulster. Synth and Grady both trying to stop that. Little bit of a double commit, but it's okay. They were, they knew that somebody would touch the ball eventually. TK getting a clearance, but Luca managing to get that clearance to nullify itself. Synth again, Jasper getting a touch on the ball. Luca, Elite going up for it, and Grady up to match him. Luca coming in from the midfield, but TK managing to finally get the clearance. Ooh, very close to a goal for QUB there from the side of Ulster University. Could have been a bit of a misstep there, but managing to clear the danger for the time being. Synth coming off the wall there. Sending it into the corner where there were two men waiting for that ball. TK looking like he wasn't quite sure about that one. Grady getting a nice touch, getting the save from Elite's shot there. Luca sending it to the wall. TK there to meet it. Synth now. Potential here for QUB's equalizer, but Luca managing to get the clearance into the midfield. Synth getting a demo. Nicely timed. He knows how dangerous Luca is on that ball. Jasper coming in very hard, very fast for that. Getting a touch, making sure that Grady did not get the clearance, but Synth there to clean up that mess. Luca getting a touch in the midfield. TK sending it now. Clearance from Elite. Back to Grady, who's going to make a pass to Synth. I was waiting for that to play out before saying any more. Luca looking for the reset, but didn't quite get it. Grady with the clearance. Back to TK, who's passing it to Synth. Very dangerous move there. Grady going up to match it there, making sure the clearance does happen. Elite on the ball, and ooh! Three-man triple commit there on the goal line, making sure it didn't get past them, and TK finally making the clearance that they needed, but Jasper in his own side of the pitch, managing to stop that from becoming a counter-attack move from the side of QUB. Luca trying to get a little bit fancy with it and paying the price. Synth taking the ball. Potential here now. Ooh, nice pinch off his opponent.
That was a very strong pinch, just going from one side back to the other side. Now, we have a much of a closer balanced match here. Both sides looking like they really want that victory. It seems like whoever goes with a win in this match just has a bit of a less mental pressure going into the next match. Since it is a best of 5, the next person that basically wins here has only one more game to win. Now we have a play by Luca. He's looking for a shot, but a brilliant job by Sin, just keeping the ball out. And Elite, I think he has been doing fantastic the whole series, looking for the disruption, looking for the bombs, looking for the demos, looking how to steal the boost. He's doing so much off ball, and whenever he does get an opportunity on ball, he looks like he knows what he is doing. I really do like the player. Now Jasper goes in for the double touch, a brilliant demo there by Luca on Sin. Elite goes in for the finish, and TK just manages to get the ball out of his own net. Grady, a brilliant 50 here, and Jasper takes it back from his own corner, tries to go for a quick counter attack here. Elite all the way up in the air, he doesn't have much boost, goes for the double, and what a brilliant save there by Sin. Now it looks like the blue side is struggling to find some boost on the recoveries, and whenever they do find some boost, they use it all up to get a single tap as they want to cover for the ball here. And the orange side, they are using that indirect advantage, what I kind of seen from the first matchup against those two guys here. I feel like QB were more aware of where their teammates are at and how to utilize it to the fullest. And at the moment, it might be pressure. It might be that they're not finding the space. It might be that they're not finding the boost, but they still have strong counterattacks. And here it is, just a recovery is not enough. They don't have that momentum with the boost. They don't have that position where they all commit forward, And two of the players from the Ulster University were actually at the opposite side of the pitch there. The third man was going in for the shot. Now, Ulster University feels like they're playing an extremely aggressive game, and it's really, really working out for them because QUB, they just kind of find themselves in that pressure.
Yeah, it definitely seems that Ulster University are not giving QUB that time to even think about a counter-offensive. It's just keeping that pressure going and making shots on goal. Even if they miss, there's somebody there in the wings waiting for that to come back. And Synth, nice fake there. Oh, very close to a goal! And oh, it's going to be a win for Ulster University. 2-1 in this best-of-5 series. But definitely a lot closer that game than the previous one. It seems that both teams have maybe found their footing in this best-of-5 matchup.
They're using a lot of boost to go for the saves. Are they able to conserve a bit more boost to get more plays happening, or will they struggle? Or also, do they find those little small gaps in between those Ulster University side? Because they do tend to overcome it quite a lot. Can they find a counter-attack? Now, TK bringing the ball up all the way to Luca here, bringing the ball to the opposite side, looks for a flip reset, tries to get it over Grady and goes for a dunk, but a brilliant save there by Grady, keeping the ball out of his own net here. Elite, another fantastic player that also University definitely picked up here. Very strong, very dominant. His positioning seems to be very good, especially off the ball, just being able to be there to support his teammate 24/7. Now, Elite, as I speak, the man is everywhere. Synth passing the ball back to Grady. Grady looks to try to intercept, but he gets challenged by the orange side. TK doesn't have much boost to work with, but Grady doesn't actually get the ball here. Might be very dangerous here. Oranges, they look to be pressing a lot higher again, and it is working now. Elite find themselves the first goal of game number 4.
Yeah, the opening goal here in match 4. Just a beautiful goal from Elite, sending it flying into the back of the net past the defender there. I think it was Grady, but yeah, an unlucky moment for the side of QUB. Grady on the counter offensive, but Luca managing to clear that danger and making the pass to Synth. Beautiful timing, but not able to capitalize it. TK waiting in the wings there, looking to see if his team are going to rotate off that one. Jesper getting a touch back to Luca, who's going to send it. Ooh, very close. Synth knocked it in, but it was going to be Elite in the end to clean up that goal. Very close there from Synth, almost hitting an own goal. And TK looking like he was struggling, panicking a little bit on that back line. And the side of Ulster University going to take full advantage of those moments when they do occur. Another kickoff, 2-0 to the side of Ulster now. TK coming out of the corner, missing the ball in such a crucial spot, but Grady managing to clean it. Luca trying to stop that forward momentum. Back to Synth now, who's also going to miss the ball, and TK again, he just seems to have lost his head a little bit. Synth getting the touch over to the wall, trying to get that sidewall. Grady getting demoed by Elite. Jesper able to stop that danger pretty comfortably. TK getting a touch to it. Elite now trying to come off the wall. Ooh, very nice shot there from Luca, but Grady able to snuff the danger. TK up to meet that, but Jesper again, it just seems that the counter-attack, the attacking force of Ulster is mounting. They're looking for that crack in the armor, and it eventually will show itself, keeping the side of QUB boost-starved. But Grady on the ball now. Jesper flying in strong, making sure he got a touch to that. Elite, nice little reverse maneuver. I know that I'm fond of using that one.
Now, Oranges, they seem to be using their space very smart, very well. Whenever they do tend to have that space, they like to take the ball up very often, not taking one, but two players up into the air from the QB side, and QB just struggling to utilize their boost to the fullest. Just whenever they get an opportunity, they do have some counter opportunities, but Ulster University, even if they make a very heavy commit, they're extremely quick on the recovery. And Luca, as we speak, the man, he gets another shot And another great pass by Elite. And Elite, he has been everywhere on the pitch. If I would name a player that has been standing out for me, it's definitely Elite.
Yeah, Elite seems to have been the man of the match. He's been there every time that the side of Ulster University has needed him, getting shots, making those passes to his teammates, and just being an all-round great player this evening. Synth on the ball, trying to play his man, but Elite once again getting the clearance back to Jesper, going a little bit wide on that one, but no need to worry for the time being. 3-0 to the side of Ulster University. Looking like it could be all but over for the mentals of QUB now. Synth managing to get the clearance to his own corner, but Elite once again. It's hard not to say his name so many times when he's just there every time his team needs them.
Well, he lives up to his own name, Elite, and his gameplay definitely speaks out for being Elite now. He's definitely everywhere on the pitch. It's very hard not to call him out if he's just everywhere, even now, here and there, everywhere, back, center, upwards, and did the ball just roll into the orange side? I'm not quite sure what happened.
Yeah.
There is so much offensive pressure from the Ulster University side, and I just see the ball just rolling across. A touch of one of the players from the orange side. We have only 2 goals separating now. Can QB make a comeback? It is still possible, but if they want to make it happen, they must look for the opportunities now. Do we believe? There is hope. Grady brings the ball up, tries to keep some pressure, looking for a double tap. The ball goes back to TK, and brilliant interception there by Lucat now. There's a 3v1 opportunity against Elite, and Elite tries to force the ball. It goes to the midfield area. Luca brings the ball up into the air. He goes for a reset. He goes over with a touch, bounces off a crossbar. Now TK looks for a sidewall double tap here. Now JC brings the ball up off the ceiling. Gets the ball. A brilliant pass there to Lukas. Now Lukas tries to get the ball to the sidewall, back to himself. Now he doesn't have too much boost. He looks for a flick, gets past two, intercepted by Grady here. Grady gets the read into the midfield area. TK going in for the shot now, bounces off the ceiling, not quite what he was looking for, and there is a 2v1 opportunity. Grady, brilliant save, but he just wasn't enough. Brilliant dominance by the Ulster University, just pressuring QUB, and GG's for both of the sides. They have both been playing a fantastic game. Now, what do we have to say for both of the sides? Because I did enjoy the show.